Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the TTO Radio Marketing Madness. Hey, I'm Andrew Morgan in San Marcos, Texas, and today's topic is what drives you? Is it the money? Is it the product? Is it something else? Let's talk about this. Hey, Carl, it's over to you.
Great, thanks, Andrew, and welcome everybody who's tuned in for today. This is kind of a controversial topic. When it comes to network marketing, there's people that are in this specifically for product. There's people that are in this specifically for the money, and then there's those that like the combination. And then of course there may be other things too, and maybe that'll come out on this panel here today. And we do all want you that are listening in to come in and call in to Andrew, and Andrew will be providing that number here shortly for you to call in. And express how you feel about what drives you in here. So I love this topic. We've talked about topics like this in the past, and I love bringing this one up here because we're here at the beginning of I'm going to call a networking phenomenon. Tracy always talks about that, but this is something that in the 35 years I've been in this industry, I've seen a lot of big launches, that have happened. But I've never seen, at least not to my recollection, I have not seen any company come off, right off the hop in the first 10 days, put almost 50,000 people into a business, I've seen plenty of 7 to 10 to 15,000, and that's big numbers. But 50,000? I mean, by the time this company launches on the 26th, I'm predicting 75,000 people ready to go out the gate. And then in the 5 days after that, I'm predicting that we're going to almost double in size, just because of what we have. We've got something very, very unique here. The products that are going to be provided to the individuals that decide to come in and use this for whatever purpose, whether they're going to use it to market Total Takeover, or whether they have their own primary business and use Total Takeover as a sideline to use it. The marketing tools are generic for being able to catapult you to the leaderboards in any business that you're in. And don't think this is just for network marketing. These products can be used even for brick and mortars that have an online presence. So what we have and what we're going to be providing here is unbelievable product training and mentoring support. It's beyond anything that I've ever seen, and I've spent thousands of dollars on training in multiple different programs and from personal training and so forth. We have an online magazine that is not like anything else. These are actual up-close and personal interviews with 7, 8, and 9-figure earners in this industry, not about what kind of lifestyle they lead, but what got them to the lifestyle that they lead. How did they get there? What is the blueprint? And Val goes in depth and personal with a lot of these marketers out there to get this. And this is where people start thinking, well, I'm in this for the product, right? Because you got to remember, Total Takeover, like any other program that's out there, is an actual product-based and customer-based program. You can be a customer and come in this thing and use all the products and get all the training and that to use to promote your other businesses. This is what it's all about. You don't have to be an affiliate, you're automatically registered as one. Whether you want to promote it as an affiliate, you have that opportunity to do that. So you've got both the customer and the affiliate opportunity that's in this business, and that's where the money part comes in. This is where you can actually gain and create a really nice residual income with this business while you're using it to promote other businesses. Let's face it, marketers and entrepreneurs aren't always focused on one business, I know myself, I've got two. This is, however, my primary, and I do have a secondary sideline business that I use and I run on the side as well. And I'll be using everything in here to promote that business, okay? There's other people on this panel even that are probably have 2 or 3 different things going too, and you know what? This is why we're called entrepreneurs, okay? I want to mention another thing out there before we go across to the panelists. I want to give you some examples. You know, I do watch TV, okay? Despite what anybody says out there that entrepreneurs don't have time for TV, I have time for it because my life is my life, and my business revolves around what I want to do, not what somebody else wants to do, okay? I'm an online gamer. I like to play games, okay? I like to have fun, okay? I have a PS3, and I play a lot of that, okay? You know why? Because I can. I create my own life because, as it says right here, I live life on my terms, not anybody else's term, my terms, okay? So getting back to the whole purpose of what I'm talking about here is, you know, we have an opportunity for everyone to create wealth if they want it in any different way and shape or form that they want to do it. So let's just, you know, let's go and let's get some feedback from everybody here, and then we're going to get, Andrew, I'm going to leave you for last to go over it and see if we have any call, like to get the number out. And actually, you know what? Hang on a second. I think what we'll do, we'll go to Andrew to get the number out, and then we'll go back to Lorraine, and then we'll go across and see when we get some callers in. So, Andrew, if you could let everybody know how they can get a hold of us here and call in.
Sure. All right, Carl. Caught me eating. Ha! The number to call is 712-775-7035. The access code is 213-884, and then the pound sign. Once you do that, then you'll press *6 in order to raise your hand. Otherwise, you can just listen like you're on a regular conference call or listening into the live radio show. You can hear it that way as well as on Google+. But 712-775-7035. Access code 213-884-pound. You can see it here in the background, and then press *6 and follow the prompt in order to comment or ask a question. Carl?
Thanks, Andrew. And again, you know, we'll have that on here so you can call in. We'd love to hear from everybody. We had 2 callers in yesterday, which was awesome. We'd like to get as many callers coming in. This is to help you, give you exposure, you know, and ask the questions you need to you know, for the information you want to know about whatever it is that we're discussing here on the panel. So today it's all about what drives you folks, okay? The money, the products, whatever it is. So let's go over to Lorraine. Lorraine, let's give your feedback on what your thoughts are on what drives you and your team.
Okay, great afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here again, once again. Really and truly, what really drives me is people. Passion. If you don't have a passion for what you do, then what's the sense? What drives me with my team is loyalty, trust, a heart for people to win. My thing is, if I get my team to where they want to be, where they want to go, how they want to get there, Lorraine will win by default. And I think that is first and foremost. But before that could even come to its head to come there, you need to ask yourself, what is your why? What is the why that you want to thrust into this business? The reason why I asked that question, what is your why? And your why should be bigger than you. Bigger than you. It should be so huge that you yourself can't contain the why. My why is very deep. It's very wide. And my why is people. People are hungry for something. Some of them don't even know what they're hungry for. Some of them don't even know what they really want. I personally believe if you put people before your needs, you will reap the rewards of being that winner. People should be your key in your business because that's what you're in network marketing for. People. Find out what they need. Find out what is their niche. Find out what is their plan B. Find out what they really want. Because if you can get them to understand why they want to be in this business, then you will get them to the winning side. I have a lot more that I can say, but right now I'm going to hold back a little bit, and I'm going to give the floor back to Carl.
Great, thanks, Lorraine. You know, this is what I love, because we're going to get the passion and everything from everybody that's in this business. And you know what? This is all for you folks. Just so you know that these hangouts that we do are for you. So all you need to do is connect with me on Skype if you want to be on this panel. As you can see, we've got panel room here. We can take up to 10 people on this panel. So if you ever want to participate on the panel, just connect with me on Skype. RMC Global is my Skype ID. So just connect with me, and we'll bring you on here, and we'll get you exposed out to the world with your TTO organization, and because that's what this is all about. Let's go over to now. Let's go to Joan, and let's get Joan's feedback on what drives her. Over to you, Joan.
Well, I've been in network marketing for well over 20 years. And I've had failures and I've had successes, and I brought people in that really were sincere. They really did want to build a business. What I found lacking in the internet marketing business is education. When you decide that you're going to become a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, whatever your vocation is, what happens? You go to school for 4 years and you're educated so that when you leave school and you start working, you have a pretty good idea of what the business is that you're involved in. You certainly have to have on-hands training. That's part of life. But the basic understanding is there. And that helps you to be able to move into the online, into the on-hands training in a way that you feel confident that you're going to be successful. What I find in network marketing, I feel that many times people are thrown to the wolves. They go into network marketing, they don't have a clue what it's about. They don't know how to get started. They don't know what to do. They want to do it, but they get just, I would say, lost in the crowd because they cannot really get everything together to know the proper steps to move forward. And so this is why TTO to me is so, so special. Because I can go out and talk to people with confidence and say, you know what, you can be successful in whatever business you want to be in, whether it's a conventional business or whether it's an online business. And we, through TTO, can teach you the proper way to be educated so that you really have a formal education. You can go to school, to a university, and you're not going to get the extensive education that you're going to get with TTO. And when you go to university, you're going to pay maybe $40,000 for an education, and then are you going to be able to find a job? Very, very few people find the job that they want out there because the market is just not providing it for us. TTO can provide you an education for a very low monthly fee, and you're also going to get paid for being involved in TTO and helping others to become involved and be educated. It's a win-win situation, and you're learning all the time. The education doesn't stop with 4 years training. This is an ongoing education, an updated education that's going to move you forward and keep you on top of your business. And I think that Val and Carl and Dave and the other two people that are involved have put something together that is going to just be, it's going to blow network marketing out of the water. It's going to get rid of the sharks because it's something that is tangible. It's something that people can really grab hold of and learn objectively the proper way to become a success. And I just appreciate so much what you guys have done to bring this to the table. And I can't forget Tracy. She's just been awesome too. And so you've given me the confidence to go out and to talk to people and really feel good about what I'm sharing with them, because I know it's going to bring success to them.
Well, thanks for that. You know, just so everybody knows, I'm not part of the company. I'm just an affiliate, just like everybody else here is on the panel. I appreciate the, the kudos you've given me and, to Tracy. But there is only 3 entities. That's Val Smith, Dave Lear, and Wallace Nuanez, just so everybody knows. We're going to go over to Andrew now and, get Andrew's feedback on what drives him and, whether it's money, products, both, and what drives his organization. And we'll also see if there's any of you out there who actually want to chime in and let us know too. So over to you, Andrew.
Thank you, Carl. Before I address that, I want to talk about the call-in function to our show. Whenever you call in to the number here and press *6 to put you into the queue to raise your hand, it doesn't happen instantly. You need to remain in queue. I've noticed there's a few people that have raised their hand and then they unraised their hand or left the call. So probably maybe thinking that they weren't being seen. So if you call in and you raise your hand, I do see you, and I don't call on you right away. I wait until the opportune time because of all the other conversations that are going on. So I encourage you to call back in and then raise your hand and then poise there and wait for me to bring you on air. What drives me? What drives me is not in this business. What drives me is external to this business, and what drives me is the reason I'm in this business. The reason that I picked this business is because of what drives me and how this business fits, as well as the product fits what drives me. What drives me is retirement. And, I'm a 33-year arborist. I have been climbing trees. I do proper pruning, Texas A&M diagnostics, removals, hazardous removals over multi-million-dollar homes, feeding, cabling, stump grinding, surgery, cavity surgery, planting, and consulting. And all of that has been really good to me. And the thing is, though, I've made large and I've spent large, and I have no retirement in that. So what drives me is, one, building a retirement. But the other thing that's the deep core that drives me is being a patriarch for my family. We're in a patriarchal society, and I have a burning right here to leave a large legacy to my children, their children's children, and their grandchildren. So having a way to create a large legacy that my whole family can enjoy must be done through some other means other than what I do in my brick and mortar business. So that's what drives me, is the thought of my great-grandchildren having the ability to be taken care of going forward. Aside from that, the reason that I'm in this business, connected to what drives me, is the money and the products. The pay plan is phenomenal. I've been in different pay plans, and some of them are like better than others, but wow, this one is awesome. I love the 2-up concept, but that doesn't handle a lot of the masses of people out there, because in a 2-up you've got to sell to, or 1-up even. You have to give up your first sale in order to qualify for income. And so even though that's a model I like, it's not conducive to instant or to ongoing success for some people. But this particular pay plan is awesome, because your first sale you don't pass up. You only pass up a part of the money in your second sale. You keep your third sale and only pass up a part of the fourth sale. That is brilliant. I mean, the augmented fashion that this pay plan has been designed to do is just brilliant. And so that excites me. It's not what drives me. What drives me is external again, and that has to do with my dreams and my passion for my family. The product is awesome because it's the hottest product on the whole planet for marketing. The product of the product of education. Everybody wants to know how to market what they're marketing better, bigger, and more professionally, and that's what we have as a product. There's also tools that go along with that. So it's just in great demand, and it's a market that's big, huge, and rapidly expanded. That's all I've got, Carl, except for to exhort people once again to call in. The number is 712-775-7035. The access code is 213-884-POUND. And then, of course, you press *6 and follow the prompt in order to raise your hand and be in queue. And wait there in queue until I get to you. I'll get to you. Bye for now.
Yeah, he sure will, because Andrew has a way of letting us know, but he shows us the phone, and we know that we have a caller. So you'll never be left behind. We'll never be forgotten. We have Tracy, who has just come in and joined us. Welcome, Trace. We're talking about what drives you, money, products, both. So I know that you've got stuff to say on that topic because we talk about it a lot. So over to you, Trace. Let's hear your side of what drives you.
Thanks, Carl. I didn't get put into the bad dog box today for being late, so my apologies. I was on the phone and I was sitting here in my robe and out of the shower, and I just really was struggling to get ready. But this industry is a funny thing because there's so many things that motivate us or drive us in this business. I think that primarily, I think for the greater part, people get into this industry to make money. Because that's really what we talk about, the home-based business. It really is about a business. It's about, we talk about being able to supplement your primary income or take over your primary income. So this is your primary income. So, there's a lot of motivating factors for a lot of people. For me, I got out of the corporate industry in 2006. So I had to make a decision of what I was going to do. And 31 years there, I wasn't. And I made a pretty good living there, and I had a lot of time off, so I had to have something that was going to be, to replace that emotionally, physically, monetarily, all that kind of stuff. So it made sense to me that I had to have a lot of time off. I had to be able to, because I was a square peg in a round hole there. I obviously didn't fit. I was the glitch in the system. So for me, it's a really funny combination because. For me, I have to be passionate about the product. We always tell people, the sun is just beating right through these blinds and right in my eyes, so I'm a bit of a whiteout right now. It's so beautiful out here, but it's right in one spot here. I can't get out of it. So you have to be, we say, be a product of the product. So you have to be, let's see if I can move out of the way a bit. There, that's better. You have to be a product of the product. And it has to be something that you're passionate about. Education, I've always been passionate about. I've been I've been a self-educator. I've been, a professional student, if you will, for probably my whole life. Every year, and this is what I think people right in my eyes. So I'm a bit of a whiteout right now. It's so beautiful. Something's playing back there. Okay, sorry, thanks. And so, I lost my train of thought there just for a second. I've been a self-educator all my life. So, even through, out of college or out of high school into college, and then I took several college courses. I always wanted to have, I wanted the source of the material to be correct. So I always went to the college and paid the money to have the college courses teach me the source, whether it be marketing, broadcast media, it was, television, nutrition, whatever it was. It was the whole pile of things that I was interested in because it's about feeding your brain. You have to keep your brain active. So to me, that's the right thing to do because I want to be current. I want to be knowledgeable. I think that it keeps your body, mind, spirit, all that thing is the whole thing. Off topic. But anyway, so the education part of this particular product that we have here with Total Takeover. And the marketing part of it, it really is the perfect storm because we have now all of the components that everybody needs in this industry. So now, would I just do this because I love the product? If I had a job that was paying me and, I just wanted to be educated, then absolutely I would just be engaged in the product. However, I'm a business person, and I know that there's income to be earned here. I also know that I'm a professional network marketer. I chose this industry. So yeah, I'm completely focused on what can I do to generate an income that's going to provide, for myself and for my future. So, you have to really think about it intelligently. It isn't just one or the other, because you can get into some companies and make maybe some really fast money, and that's all it is. It's really fast money, and then it's gone because either the company folds up and they go and take the rest of your income with it, or it was just a flash in the pan. They put the website up and it's gone, or whatever the case may be, right? So there's a lot of factors that are involved in that. So it really is a balance. I have to be, and I think the final part of this equation that we didn't even talk about is the people have to be correct. It isn't just about the product and just about the money. It's about the people behind the scenes. It's about the people that you follow, because people do follow people. So, I get people just drop links into my my Facebook chat or over at Skype all the time, and I don't know you. I've never had a conversation with you. I don't know what your program is. So it's part of the relationship and the partnering up with somebody that I want to work with, somebody who's dedicated, who's committed, and who's going to be there with me through the great times and the not so great times. So, people have to understand how this industry operates, and I think, of course, Carl, the people here, I mean, you've been around the block there and back, several blocks actually, and we've been through those peaks and valleys, and I'm telling you, they're deep and they're steep. We've got some great successes, and man, we've been down into the trenches with some of the disasters too. But that's all part of the process to this industry, and how we learn to become good networkers. We have to be educated about what's right and what's not so right, about what's legitimate and what's not so legitimate, and the people, whether or not they're truthful and honest, and whether we want to be partnered with them. Because don't forget, your reputation is everything. And if you don't have a reputation in this industry, if you lose it, it can take you several years to create it and build it and have people trust you. And man, you can trash it in a heartbeat. And so, you have to really think about that, is whether or not you're willing to, be in an environment that maybe, the people that you're with, or the product isn't quite up to snuff, or whatever the case may be. Are you bringing people over into something that's a Ponzi that, you're going to do really well, but nobody else is going to ever do very well? I mean, that's your reputation too. So it's not, you have to think about, is it all about the money? No. But it is all about the money, because otherwise you wouldn't be in business. But you have to choose the right business. You have to have the right motives. You have to have the right intent when you get in the business, and you have to do your due diligence. Don't rely on anyone else. Rely on yourself to do the homework, to make sure that you're in the right place. And as you grow as a networker, and you've been in this industry for a long time, you get to know the people, and you get to know who might be a little shady, and maybe some people have made some wrong choices. That's why the relationship part of it's so important, to really know who you're talking with, and who you're dealing with, and who you're partnering up with as your marketing partner. Like Carl, we've seen it all here, and then some. That's my take on really what the industry is, and what my particular. I have to be passionate about the product. I have to be able to talk about what I'm promoting. I'm not going to go into a store and shop around it. I can walk into a shop, a brick and mortar shop. I can walk in the door and stand in one spot and do a physical scan with my eyes and tell you right off the bat whether I'm going to go and shop in there. And I don't know whether it's just the feeling of it, whether it's the visual of it, it's what I see initially. And I think that we deal like that in our marketing aspect online too, because you've got I think we're down to 3 or 4 seconds that people will come and look and then leave. It's no different. I mean, you have to think like your customer does, and be able to, who are you going to sell this to? Who are you going to promote it to? Who are you going to partner up with, and who's going to believe you? It's really an entire package, and I think people really need to sort of weigh all of the components. It's not just one or the other. It's everything that gels together. So, anyway, back to you, Carl.
Yeah, you know what? Good points there, because it's all about attraction. You know, it's just like walking through your favorite mall. You know, you're going to walk down and you're going to look in the window shop. You know, kind of do your window shopping, and something's going to make you stop and want to go in there. And you're right, Tracy. You know, it's the same thing with me. I do a scan, and it's not just in offline shopping, but if I'm out looking for a new venture, it's the same thing. I'm going in there and I'm analyzing it, and I'm giving it about 5 to 10 seconds to analyze whether I actually want to go forward with it and go and ask some questions about it, right? And it's the same thing here. This is why, you know, we're doing what we're doing here. You know, we've got the webinars that you're exposed to from Sunday to Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. You have these hangouts from Monday to Friday at 1 p.m. Each one of them giving different aspects of what the industry is and what the product is and what our company is all about and everything like that, right? So, you know, I think exactly like you do. It's kind of weird, but you and I think a lot alike. We always have, you know. We've got a new person on the panel here. We've got, and hopefully I pronounced your name right. Okay, Salud. You can come on and correct me, but, you know, welcome to the panel, and just unmute yourself and come in and let us know what drives you and what's brought you here and what you see all about this.
Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you very much, all of you. I've been following since all of you since the other company. So I'm just I do a little bit, and I agree a little bit or a great amount with Andrew. I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm dedicated for so many years into my own private practice. I'm into the alternative medicine down here in Mexico, and what I would like for me and for my wife, for my family, for my children, for my grandsons, I would like. I'm doing a little bit like Andrew, talking about being a patriarch, and try to leave some commodities to all of them before I am able to keep on going and keep on working. I was so promoted, I was so enthusiastic for the very beginning on the other thing, you know, but finally I was invited here again, and here I am. And one question that came out on the other time was that I can get advantage of my two languages, I mean English and Spanish, and I would like very much if once the thing is launched and everything, I could have the opportunity to start coming out on hangouts and webinars and everything in Spanish, because I think this is going to be a bomb. This is going to explode into the Latin American Spanish-spoken language countries. So I am very enthusiastic. I am going to stick in here. I'm going to be following you every single day, and I got a mountain to learn from you, Carl, Tracy, and all of you, because my specialty, my field is in some other fields that are not internet and MLM marketing. But one thing I'm doing on all my spare time is get educated. I'm in so many involved in so many things that I am getting acquainted, and I want to keep rolling, Carl. So once and for all, just accept me as Mexican, as very enthusiastic, professional, because I get all the image of what you are doing up there. You've been for so many years in internet marketing, Tracy, and I don't have the particulars on Andrew and Lorraine and Joanne, but it seems to me that they have been for a long, long time around here, and I get my word with the Lorraine speech. I would like to convert myself, and I would like to try to attract people into my field and guide all those people. I know how to do it in Spanish. I'm learning computing, and I'm learning to do it completely as a whole on English also. So I really thank you very much, your hospitality, and I will be here just pushing you, Carl. I will be here with you. Okay?
Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. And you know what? You know what? We're already, a lot of the groups and stuff, we're already working into Spanish and many other languages already. The company does realize this, and I know that they are going to focus on expanding into different languages as well. So this is something you can look forward to. And Spanish is right there on top, because we know the size of the Latino community out there worldwide. It's huge. It's I believe it's the third largest in the world. As far as marketing goes, it's spread all over the place. I know Tracy has a very large group. I know Lorraine has worked with a group there, and there's many others in the company all over the place that are working with these. And it's good to see you coming on, and I'm hoping that others in the company will come on here. Now, just so everybody understands what these Hangouts are all about, it's not about all of us hanging out here and just talking blah, 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 about blah, 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 okay? We're here to talk about, the way the market works, how to guide you in the right direction for building your business. So these Hangouts, although today, it's kind of like finding out what's driving people, but you're going to find out a lot of different things, such as trainings. Next week I've got a 3-part training I'm working on in doing in a Hangout, basically bringing you from a beginner all the way up in a 3-stage selection all the way to an entrepreneur, of how to work this business in stages, okay? Because a lot of people come into this business, and and we're drawing a lot of people from the offline brick and mortar area, because you know what, economies are getting a little bit tough out there, okay? The American economy is tough. The Canadian economy now is starting to get a little bit tough. We know in Europe it's a little bit tough there. There's everywhere around the world, everybody's getting impacted, right? And more, the majority around the world are heading to the internet to try and figure out how they can make some money. Because the word is out, folks, is that the internet is the place to be to make money, okay? There's billions of dollars sitting every single day waiting to be tapped into in our international market. And it's just a matter of us all going and tapping into it, okay? So, I don't know, you want to add something to that, Trace?
Yeah, I do. And you know what? It is such a wonderful, it's such a wonderful industry. I mean, network marketing, the online community, the friendships that I've made through this industry and online. I mean, lifelong friends. Like Carl, you and I mean, I've never met any of you. Well, Joan, we've known each other for years. And so these are the friendships that you make for a lifetime. But I think more and more, I was just watching on the news yesterday, I posted that Target, as most people call them Target, opened in Canada a year ago, and they lost, I think, $5.4 billion in the Canadian market. They didn't understand the Canadian market, and so they're withdrawing, and I think Sony as well, and for other reasons, whatever. But you know what, even a big conglomerate like that, I mean, this is just really goes in line even with our industry, is they didn't understand the market. They lost money because they came in, they assumed they knew what they were doing. They didn't learn, they didn't read the demographics, they didn't read our how we operate as Canadians here. It's completely different than the United States. So they lost money. They closed up shop and they left. However, had they done probably a better job in learning what the groundwork before they came in here, it would have been a different scenario. And I think that that's where people get lost in this industry. They have great hopes, great expectations. It's no different. It's learning the language, it's learning the posture, it's learning what to do, how to get into the groove, into this arena. And so I think that people get frustrated before they even get started because they don't know where to get started. And Carl, that's going to be a great benefit to a lot of people. Here's a step-by-step plan to at least get in the groove. You know, people say, okay, I'm here. And I remember when I started in this industry, I went up to my mentor at the time, Van, he's huge in this industry now. We're still very good friends. What are you doing today? He says, I'm working. Well, give me a snapshot of that. I don't know where to start. And that's where people get, they don't even know where to dip their toe in yet, right? And, you know, and so if we can give them that, but the other side, the flip side of that coin too, it's no different than taking a trip to France and not knowing the language and arriving there and expecting to be fluent. You have to learn it. You have to learn the dialogue, the posture, you know, the terminologies. You have to understand how compensation plans work. You have to be able to communicate with people. You have to learn how to be a leader. You know, you have to learn how to listen. You have to learn how to speak. And it's all the dynamics have to come together. It's molding people to become who they can be, the best they can be. It's a completely different environment that anybody is going to be used to being in this business. You have to be able to be coachable. You have to be, I mean, even at the top, highest tiers of the industry, at the top of the chain, you still have to listen to the people because the people are the ones that develop your business. They're the ones that bring in your paycheck. So you have to be conscious of that. You can't come out arrogant and expect people to follow you. You can't come out with no knowledge and expect people to follow you. You know, you lock arms and you walk side by side, and so you know you have to be sensitive to people, but you also have to be firm in your process. You have to be very tough mentally. You have to be able to take bullets when you didn't think you deserved them. Okay, and there's going to be a lot of that stuff that comes along. All you have to do is make sure that you have your values, integrity, and your morals intact, and then listen and learn and show up. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that people have said, yeah, I've been to the webinar, I've seen it. I've been to every webinar Val has done since the day we met. Every one. I think I may have missed less than 5, probably less than that, and only because I just wasn't physically capable of being there. I listen to his speech, I listen to his dialogue, I pick up new phrases, I have a pen and paper in my hand at all times, as I know that you guys do. And I write down catchphrases because I'm learning the language. And you know, and this is why I'm so excited to have Jack Sufeld. He's going to be doing a training with us after we do our first launch on our Sunday. This guy, he's been in front of 75 million people. He's one of the highest paid trainers in this industry. I've had the opportunity, the great pleasure and privilege of being introduced to him, chatted with him a few times. He's very dynamic. He's a heck of a lot of fun. He comes across as this sweet guy with this beautiful smile on his face, but man, this guy is tough. He makes you think differently, and I think that's where we all need to go, is we need to get out of the box. We had a great conversation this morning, right? We had to think a little bit differently. And that's what our jobs are as leaders, is to mold and bring people to their best capacity. Everybody has skills, everybody has great qualities. It's about taking what they're good at and polishing them up and bringing it out. And that's what brings you to the forefront as a leader in this industry, and that's why people will follow you. It's about being humble, it's about being solid, and it's about being strong in your leadership. And being able to be there, like I said, in the tough times as well as the good times for people. You know, so the educational part for me is paramount about getting people to where they need to be. And the people that complain about never doing anything in this industry, never making any money, or sponsoring people, it's because those are the people that haven't gone and read their website. They haven't showed up to the webinars. They haven't showed up to the trainings. They haven't sat down with a pen and paper. They haven't studied the great people in the industry. They haven't followed the people that have done the work and learned from them. And yet those are the people that complain the most bitterly. So, I'm so excited about this and the marketing system that Dave and Wallace are bringing to the table. I mean, this is going to be a one-stop shop, catch-all for every person that has ever wanted to make a change in this industry and make an income and really be a better person inside. I mean, it reflects on everything, right? So that's why I love this industry so much. I love the products in this industry. I'm not just talking about our product. There are some very, very good other products, physical products as well, and people will get attached to those. Sorry to go all the way around the block. I'm coming back to the topic again, but I mean, there's some great people that want to get involved with products because they may have other things that these products can address, and God bless the companies for producing them. There's some of the best products in the world are through the MLM industry. So whatever topic, whatever company you choose to be with, make sure that you've done your homework and make sure that you're doing it for all the right reasons. You're passionate about the product. The company's going to pay you and pay you appropriately for your work. Are you worth 50 cents or are you worth $45? There's a big difference there, right?
I want to chime in on that. Tracy, you're the driving force when it comes to me. And I want to say this before I go any further. I have a gentleman that is on Carl's line right now. His name is Khalid Abdullah. He is exactly the people that we talk about that knows this industry, and then yet still they come to you and they tell you they're timid, they're shy. No. Raise your hand, *6, get on this call, and I want you to open up your mouth and talk into that mic because you're here for a purpose. But I want to go back to the main event. The main event is renewing your mind. That's first and foremost. If you can't renew your mind, then tell me, when are you going to travail? It starts somewhere, and it starts with you and renewing your mind. After renewing your mind, yes, we all want to leave a legacy for our children's children. But get this, you have to get up and do something about it. It's not going to just come into your lap and fall into it. You got to make it happen. You got to travail. You got to push like you're in the birthing stage. Yes, we are all pregnant with the goods. We want it that bad. Come on, guys, let's keep it real. I'm in the pregnancy stage, okay? I am ready to deliver. I am going to deliver in 2015. This was already predicted over my life, that I will have what I say that I'm going to have, and I am going to have what I want to have. I have such a burning passion for TTO. Guys, my first and foremost is you got to be coachable. If you ain't coachable, sit down. Don't bother come. Don't waste your time. I'm going to tell you that, and don't waste mine. Second, you got to be trainable. You got to learn to follow the lead. Follow the leader. It's a game. Let's put the chess pieces on the board. And come on, let's travail, because if you win, I'm going to win. I will win by default. Guys, I'm being so honest with you right now that if you don't get this and you don't get nothing else I say, get on board. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I have a passion for what I do, and I love TTO, and I'm going to tell you right now, in all my 9 years in network marketing, I have never, ever, absolutely, tolerantly never seen a comp plan that gives you the opportunity to actually have compounding residual income. It has never been heard of in the industry until TLN came about. So guys, I'm going to tell you right now, you get paid off of other people's effort, yes, but at the same time, look at your matrix. They give you a shield. Guys, I don't believe in the welfare mentality, but I'm going to tell you right now, guys, you need to get up off your behind and start making this work for you and your family. It can't work if you don't work it. Guys, I'm going to say this and I'm done. Get into TLN. Partner up with the person that showed you this. Partner up with the person that got you on this hangout call, because believe you me, this train is moving like a freight train. It's going to move without you, whether you're on board or not. And I don't want to hear, oh, I was told, but I didn't get in. That's your fault. It's nobody else but your own. Do not major in the minors, but major in the majors. Do not. It is all about see what you believe, not what you believe in. I turn it back over to you, Carl.
Hey, wow. Before I bring Mr. Abdullah on, who did press *6, Lorraine, I'm going to leave it open just to let everybody know that Abdullah is waiting in the wings. And I know that Tracy or Carl has comments before Abdullah comes on.
Well, you know what? I love the passion. I love the passion that you came on here. But you know, there's a couple of things you said, Lorraine. You know, it's TTO. And maybe we need to stick to total takeover rather than abbreviating things. You know, a lot of us have come from a previous program to here, and we're getting some of the abbreviation cross pattern here. And I just want to make sure that this it's TTO or total takeover. I'm not going to mention what you had mentioned in there twice.
Oh my God, I did? Okay, let me correct myself. Guys, it's not whatever I said. It is total takeover. That's why we are totally taking over the network marketing industry. And again, don't see what you believe what you see.
Okay, Andrew, let's go over to you. Let's get Abdul on the phone here and see what Abdul has to say.
Okay, let me mute everybody out here. You don't need to do it yourself there, Lorraine. I got you. All right. Okay, let's see. We'll move over here and let's bring Mr. Abdullah on. Mr. Abdullah, you are on the air.
Just want to say good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hey, my friend Lorraine, she's awesome, as you all could tell.
She is the passion of total takeover.
Exactly. You could tell, you could see why I gravitated towards her. She's awesome. Right? And I like setting the fire under Lorraine because she gets so passionate about what she's talking about.
Well, she's not only just saying stuff either. You know, a lot of people do a lot of talking and they never say anything. And you know, I know Carl talks a lot too, but you know, Lorraine and Carl, whenever they talk, they actually say something.
Right. That is totally true. Now, to answer your question about am I in TTO for the money or the product? Now, Lorraine, get to attest to this. I'm a teacher down here in South Florida, and some of us already know how teachers are looked upon in society. You know what I mean? We put in a lot of work, and for some reason, we're not compensated for it. All right, so the first part of why I wanted to join TTO, yes, is because of the money, because I have a small and growing family, and I need to take care of them. My wife is due to have a baby here in about 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be struggling for my third child, actually. It's going to be my second boy. You know what I mean? So that's one motivation. The second thing that I liked about TTO, you all have a wealth of information that we can learn from to help us with our business. I can't think of too many other instances where that's the case. So I love that aspect of it also, right? And everybody has a sponge for a brain, and I like learning as much as I can so I can teach others to be just as successful as the people before me. Right? Now I've known Lorraine for about a month, a little under a month, and I had to go through 2 people before I actually had a chance to speak with her and gravitate towards her, because the 2 previous people were not the people I needed to be around. Let's just say. All right. So Lorraine, I do appreciate everything that you've done for me. We talk almost every day, and it's the same passion on the phone or the one-on-one conversation as it is here on the Hangout. So I just want to say I appreciate it, and let's get this thing going in 2 weeks.
What is your first name?
My first name here is Khalid, Khalid.
Okay, Khalid. Thank you for that. I'm just changing it and adding that so I don't call you Mr. Abdullah all the time. I'd rather call you by your first name. Hey, great input, and I know what it's like to have to go through conversations with different people to get to the one that I'm gravitating to. So, right. Kudos for going through that and getting where you need to go. And I do believe that that you've hooked up with the right passion in Lorraine. Awesome stuff. Well, listen, I'm going to take you out of the queue now, Khalid, and all you have to do for the remainder of this show and subsequent shows is simply press *6 to get back in the queue, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, appreciate all your comments. Bye for now, and come back if you need to.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you have it. Wow, Lorraine. Maybe let me turn it back over to Lorraine, and Lorraine, I want to ask you to encourage others to call in. We do have callers, but not everybody's pressing *6. So let me go back over to Lorraine, and then I want to hear you exhort others to call this number.
Well, I'm gonna just say this: if you are in total takeover, I behoove each and every one to dial in to this number, the 712-775-7035, code 213884#. I'm telling you right now, guys, don't let this train leave without you, because I'm telling you right now, I know you guys are out there, you are hungry for what you really need. This business can change you and your family life. Guys, don't be afraid to come on the line and talk. Open up, express yourself, because that's the only way we're going to know what you're thinking, and the only way we're going to know how what you're thinking if you get on the call and call us. Raise your hand, *6. Come on, guys. We have an open panel here waiting for you to come to ask this question. Come on, dial in. Dial in the number. We're waiting for you. Andrew, back to you.
Thank you, Lorraine. And I wanted to touch upon something that you said. I'm like Tracy. I take notes. Sometimes I take mental notes, and I don't write it down, and I should. But, you mentioned about renewing your mind. And it brings me back to earlier today where I reached out to my sponsor. I've been around network marketing for 33 years, and I have lots of things that I do. But in a teamwork environment, we're creating a culture. And the only way that we can create that culture is if we do it as a team. And that means me not doing what I know to do aside from what the team is doing. So instead of me trying to influence my upline to do what I think needs to be done, for instance, some people talking about the videos on the front page of the website need to be more professional, no ball caps, better lighting, what have you, okay, which is really not true, but people are trying to a lot of us tend to try to convince our upline to do it our way, whenever actually what I need to do, being the experienced marketer that I am, is to find out what my sponsor and my sponsor's sponsor is doing and do that and teach that. It's all about a few people doing a few simple tasks over and over again, persistently and consistently, for an extended period of time, collecting a few other people to do a few simple tasks as the whole team is doing, and creating that culture over an extended period of time. So with that, back to you, Carl.
Great, thanks, Andrew. You know, after listening to everybody on the panel here today, you know, it gets me so excited and gets me so driven, because I'm like Tracy and the rest of the panelists here. I'm also an educator. Okay, I'm not a teacher by profession or anything, but I've been in the industry long enough that I've learned where my role is and where I'm comfortable at, and that is actually doing a step-by-step type training and helping people to mind cleanse. You know, I talk about mind cleansing a lot. And you know what? I actually self-mind cleanse at least once a week. Okay, some people say you need to do it every day, and some of you do. You know, but you're going to go through the week and you're going to come across all kinds of people with all kinds of thought patterns and vocal patterns. I'm not going to get into what I'm talking about. I think you get kind of the gist of the vocal patterns I'm talking about. You know, and it's a lot of it is in a negative pattern format. You know, I've always said, and you'll hear me say this a lot on these hangouts, that, you know, when people now that have been in the industry for a while and they go from a program to program, especially if they haven't been feeling any kind of success, they come in with what I call a defeated mindset. Okay, they're already thinking that something bad is going to happen. They're already thinking that they're never going to be able to refer somebody. They're already thinking that, you know, all these people want is my money and I'm never going to make any back. Okay, well, here's what you're going to get from the panel of people on here and the people that will come on the panel, and the membership that we have in here, and the leadership that we have throughout Total Takeover. This is what you're going to get, folks. You're going to get training, okay, and mindset training and beginner training, you know, on what you need to do, because a lot of you are coming from the offline market and testing the waters in the online market, trying to figure out, you know, can people actually make money? You read online that people are making 1,000 a day or 500 a day or 100 a day or whatever it is, and you're wondering, can I actually do that? Okay? My answer to you is yes. My answer to you is, can you do it without any kind of knowledge of this industry coming on today? My answer is yes. Okay? And here's why. What I found in this particular gathering of professionals in Total Takeover, I have found the professionals that we have here are focused on the success of everybody. We're not talking about, oh, only those people that are seasoned marketers in here. We're not talking about some of those that have been around for a couple of years. We're talking about some of the people that I can go out and grab right off the street today, bring them in, and give them a 1, 2, 3 step to how they can actually start making money online today. Each and every one of us leaders in here can do that. And what you're going to start finding, and starting next week actually, I'm actually going to start what I call the 90-day plan, okay? I've always had a 90-day plan in anything that I do. The 90-day plan could go 6 months, 18 months, 5 years, whatever it is. It all has to start someplace, and it all has to start in it with you. And basically all it is simple steps that you need to do every single day, just as if you're going to a job, okay? And yes, I'm bringing that 3-letter word, J-O-B, up here, okay? The one that most people call just over broke, okay? But it is a valuable word in our industry too, because what we do on here, such as these hangovers, this is part of our job to help train you so that you can go out and create an income for you and your family, okay? And while we're doing that, we're creating an income for ourselves. I, like anybody else, I put in an 8-hour day, okay? The difference is I don't have to commute to work. I don't have to sit in a cubicle and smell stinky feet of somebody else, or have somebody talking about, you know, whatever it is there, or the water tower talk, or anything. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about some guy giving me the finger in traffic because he's all frustrated about his day. I don't have to worry about taking 2 hours to get to work and 2 hours to get home, and then spending 8 hours in a day around people who don't want to be there. I get to actually sit here in my home office, okay, and make as much money as I want to make, okay? All I have to do is put in the time to do it. Now, I'm not saying you have to do an 8-hour day. It may start that way, but, you know, quite frankly, with the years of experience that I have, and it's taken me years to do this, so it's going to take everybody else time to progress in baby steps all the way up to where you are. I'm not saying it's going to take you 30 years like it took me, because I did all that footwork for you. Okay, Tracy did all that. Lorraine did all that. Andrew did all that. Joan has done all that. We've all done the footwork for you. Okay? So now what we've done with the help of Dave Lear and Wallace Nuanez and Val Smith and all the other leaders here, we have learned how to take all of those years of training and compress it into just months. Okay? And this is what you're going to get. You beg out there for people to help you on trying to build an income, train you, show you what you need to do. That's why we're here. That's why we're here in this hangout. That's why Val Smith does the webinars Sunday to Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's here to help you introduce people to what you do. You know, we're like a virtual flyer that you hand out to people. Okay? We're here, and we're here to show you step by step how to do it. Starting next week, I'm going to go through the 90-day plan with everybody. You know, my 90-day plan may not be your 90-day plan, but it's going to be a bit of a blueprint for you to work with and create your own 90-day plan with just some of the stuff we're going to share with you. We're going to share with you how to work social media. We're going to share with you how to work solo ads. We're going to share with you pay-per-click. We're going to share with you everything. Okay?
And you know, Carl, I just want to interject there just for a minute, because I know, you know what, we're going to have such an amazing, I mean, once we get the system launched too, I mean, these guys are the top of the chain in what they do, but people are hungry now. There's so many people that want to engage right now, but they really don't know what to do. And I mean, I like to sort of interject, instead of saying job, I will say that there are tasks that you need to do. Yeah, you're showing up. It's just my terminology. I mean, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying I would interject. My take on it would be there are certain tasks that you need to do. And that's what a lot of people come to the table. They don't know where to start. And, you know, as you get into this industry and you've been around for a while, then, you know, it's a little bit different. It will evolve a little bit differently. But you're absolutely right. You've got, like, there's a 90-day stretch. And actually, reality is your first 30 days in any business is critical. You have to go. I mean, Eric Worre, he addresses it. I love Eric Worre. I mean, he's just another one of the greats out there. But he addresses it. You know, you can go and find his 30-day. He said, you do everything you possibly can in that first 30 days. You don't rest. You put a sign on your door and say not available, and you put everything you have into the first 30 days to build your business, because the speed of the leader will be the speed of the pack. And if you go and take a vacation, you sign up and then go and think about rearranging your desk and then getting some business cards, and then, you know, next thing you know, today's gone, the week's gone, the month's gone, and you say this thing doesn't work. No, you didn't work. And I loved what Andrew said today, the other day, and he said it's free launch. It's not free lunch. I thought that was brilliant.
You know, I agree.
Sorry, go ahead.
I agree completely with what you're saying, Tracy, because network marketing has really got a bad rap, because so many have promoted you don't have to do anything, just get involved and you're going to be rich overnight. That is so far from the truth. This takes work, it takes integrity, it takes really getting involved with your team and helping them move to success. This is what this is all about. And because of the direction we're getting from TTO to help us to properly structure our team and get them moving in the right direction, this is what's going to bring the money to the table. So this isn't a one-man type of thing. This involves teamwork, and everybody has to be on the same page. So with the 90-day game plan, That's exactly what we're going to be directing our people to do. Get on the same page. All work together. That's where success is. It doesn't lie in the individual, it lies in the team. And when you're in a good team, when you're with a team that really is concerned about your success, and your team leader takes the time out to help you reach success as a team, that's when you see momentum start, that's when you see explosion take place, and that's when you see everybody reaching the success that they really want to have in network marketing. And TTO is bringing a completely different perspective to the table. They're teaching us how to do this properly so that we can see success in our team, in our personal life, and see a completely changeover. Really, TTO is bringing a change to the industry, and we want to embark that. We really want to take that to heart and embark on it and do it the way we're instructed to do it, and we can't possibly have anything but success.
You know, you're absolutely right, and I want to put a little bit on there too, because you know we are in something that most companies don't do, and it's like Tracy said, not free lunch but a free launch. Okay, and this is something that's so vitally important to the average marketer out there. This gives you the opportunity to pre-build your organization. And again, you know, back to Eric Worre, the first 30 days are critical. And this company has given you literally a 20-day window rather than a 30-day window, but a 20-day window to freely build your organization before we actually go into the pre-launch stage. And the pre-launch stage won't be very long. It's going to be a very short period before we go into full launch. Okay? So, you know, I can't stress how important this is, and this is why we're trying to get through to you with these Hangouts the information you need and get your mind in the right state of where it needs to be for you to take advantage of this right off the hop. Okay? So, you know, we're getting close to the end of our show here. I think unless there's anybody who wants to put any final comments in here, the last thing I want to say is just, you know, take this real serious. Okay, Total Takeover has not only the perfect name for a business of the aptitude of where we're going, but it has the perfect name and the perfect design behind it to actually take over the internet and literally be the leading charge in 2015. So unless there's any other final comments from anybody, I'm going to throw it back over to Andrew to close it out. And thank everybody for coming in and putting up with us just for one more day here in the week. We will give you a 2-day break, and we'll be back here on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Over to you, Andrew.
Hey, thank you, panelists, for all of the input, and Salad, the new panelist here. Wow, I'm so grateful to be here. I want to encourage you to come back tomorrow, and I thank you for watching today. I want you to always remember it takes leaders. Where's my camera? Leaders with vision. See all these little little images right here? All these are leaders because they're showing up. It takes leaders with vision to lead people with dreams. And let's participate in our own marketing efforts the way that we would like our personally referred marketers to participate. Bye for now, and we'll see you tomorrow.